This session covers troubleshooting in Palo Alto Firewalls. You might have seen that some people start working in Palo Alto, but when it comes to the troubleshooting, they stuck anywhere. They even don't know where to start. What should I check first? What's the next step? And how to fix that issue. So in this session, I'm going to cover troubleshooting from scratch. Like if you're just a new guy, then how to start. And then at the end of the session, you will be at a good level and you can be like knowing that how to troubleshoot the things. So let's start. I have started Palo Alto Firewall. So you can see in the background that I'm here with the welcome to the PAN-OS 10.1. So right now, whatever the PAN-OS I'm using, that is 10.1. And if I close this welcome message, then you can see the homepage or basically the dashboard of the Palo Alto. So the lab, you can see it's something like this. I have set up a very complex lab for you. I will not say that that's very complex, but yeah, at the mid level, you can say. Here, there is a computer that's basically a Windows 7 PC connected via switch going through Palo Alto, and then it is connected to the internet. I have taken up one DMZ zone, and over there, I have multiple servers connected. So, by right now, for the troubleshooting, I have just turned on this server where I will replicate the scenarios, issues, and then we will try to fix those. Everything is set up. Everything is working very fine. You don't think that we are going to learn configuration in this session. No configuration at all. Like everything is already set up. Only thing that you have to troubleshoot the issue. So the policies and all, you can see that that's already set up. Okay. We can see some of the traffic logs as well. So I'll just remove this section here. And you can see there's a lot of traffic here and there that's going in. Okay. So let's take out the very first scenario that I have a PC. For example, you get an incident or get an email, whatever the way your organization is doing to reach you out for the issues. Okay. So for example, I have taken this Windows machine, and in this Windows machine, I want to access the internet. That's my prime goal. So I open the browser and obviously Chrome because most of the people going for the Chrome. So I will also go for it. And I want to check whether the internet is working or not. So how basically we check? Obviously, the very favorite thing, we will check that google.com is working or not. Here we go. That internet is working very fine. The Google is okay. All right. Next thing, I want to check whether Facebook is working or not. So Facebook is working. Oh, it's awesome. Next thing, I want to test some other website. For example, YouTube. Oh, your favorite, right? Oh, good, good. You're also watching this video on YouTube. So YouTube is your favorite. All right, so I'm trying to open the YouTube. What? Is that taking time? Looks like. Isn't so fast. That's how basically the Google page opened, Facebook page opened, but it's not the same way here for the YouTube. Seems like something is wrong, right? So what I thought that let's open a new tab and let's try there. Or you will guys try to refresh it. Obviously, by being a user, for example, you are a user and you have issues opening a web page, what do? You just try to open the page once again, right? And then I can also try it in the incognito tab, right? So does that give some results, some cache or something is wrong? I can try that one. But ultimately, I found that my YouTube is not working. So now the user raised an incident for you that, hey, my YouTube is not working. Fine. There are chances that the YouTube is blocked in your organization, right? But how? But you are also on a security administrator and you don't know that who. Or in fact, that you know it, but you should verify that it's something like. good or bad on your Palo Alto Firewall. Then you start troubleshooting. So first of all, what you will do, you will ask the user that what's your IP address. So, and obviously YouTube, you don't have to ask the destination URL, but for example, any issues comes that he wants to access certain website, xyz.com. So you have to get a DNS resolution from his end. You can do by yourself as well, but it's good idea to ask from him himself. Also, for example, they are having issue with a certain server. Okay, so in that case, you will ask the server IP address that what's your destination servers. So three things are very important in order to check and troubleshoot any issue in the network security. It's not about only the Palo Alto firewall. It's about that any network security devices you trying to access. Three things are very important. First of all, that is the source IP. You must need it. Second thing is the destination IP. And third thing is the port number. These three are mandatory. Without them, you are almost like impossible to troubleshoot any issue. Fourth thing, optional, but it's like very good to ask. The time of the issue. For example, he says that my YouTube is working at certain time, but is that issue still there or that has been fixed? So this is an optional, but it's good that you confirm. Otherwise, you might see that your logs are, everything's fine, but it was not working before. So now for this scenario, whatever the case I'm having, I went to the user and I asked the IP address that's, hey, what's your IP? So from here, I already know it, that's 10.1.1.30. But in case you need it from the user, you can ask him that please go to the command prompt, run the command as ipconfig. Okay, this is from the Windows machine. So if he runs an ipconfig, you can get his IP address here. IPv4 address, that's the 10.1.1.30. All right. So this is very important that you get an IP address from the user. So here you can see, I will just circle it out for you. IPv4 address, right? You see this one, IPv4 address, and here is the IP 10.1.1.30. So now I get the source IP that I have with it with me. Next thing, the destination IP. So obviously he is trying to access youtube.com. So one of the thing I can do NS lookup of that one. How we do NS lookup? Let me just tell you as well. Okay. So you can do here in the CM command prompt, you can do NS lookup and you can write youtube.com. So it's not required to be done from only the user's PC. You can do by yourself as well on your PC. Okay. So that's where you get the IP address of the Google, this youtube.com. Okay. So you can see it here that 140.250.206 and 142. So that IP address you got it. Next thing, you need the port number. So port number, let me tell you that whenever anyone is accessing that HTTPS, that's always 443, right? If he's accessing HTTP, that's 80. These are some default port. You must know it because if you are a network security administrator and you don't know these ports, you are going to be struggle a lot. So you must know that. And these are like you can do in the Google, in the Wikipedia page, and you can know some standard ports. It's very important that you memorize basically the standard words. Anyways, so now I have collected all my information. I have the source IP, destination IP, as well as the port number. So let's go ahead. Now my source IP is 10.1.1.30 and destination is something 142, whatever it was. But you can see in your production environment, you will see that huge logs going through your firewall. Now it's very important that you filter the logs. You only need the logs which are required, remaining you are not touched, right? So here you can see that the logs are not getting refreshed too quick, but in the production where you have like thousands of computers, you will see tremendous count of logs and you're stuck at what to check. So it's very important that you filter it. Okay. So for the syntax, you can put the bracket like address, that's the syntax, src dot in, and then src means the source. So I'm mentioning the source IP as 10.1.1.30. Okay. So if I filter the traffic from this, I just hit enter, it will show only the traffic from the 10.1.1.30. You see that now it has filtered with the only traffic going from source 11.10.1.1.30. So you don't have to like memorize this syntax. How you can get it? For example, I try to do it once again. Okay. So you can, like, if you have in mind, you can type it, but it's very good idea if you click any of this source here. You see that a lot of IPs there. When I go to the IP address, you see my finger or hand symbol there. You can just click there and you can see that it's auto populated address.source in 10.1.1.30. For example, you don't see that you're in the filter, the same IP. For example, I clicked on this. So you see that when I clicked it, it came with that IP. So you don't need that IP. You can modify that IP 10.1.1.30, right? So now you just have to hit enter and you get the IP address of like any traffic getting originated from the source IP 10.1.1.30. Cool. Next thing, obviously, that I want to filter traffic only going to youtube.com. And my YouTube IP is mentioned here. It's 142.250.206.142. So I will click in any of the destination here. So you see that if I click here and has automatically come that I want to filter the source and that, okay, sorry, I have clicked on the wrong one. That's netted source IP. So I have to click on the destination. So I will just remove this one and click on this, for example, here. Okay, so you see that I have here the and address dot destination 8.8.8.8. But my interest is 142 something it was, right? So I will modify that 142.250 dot 206.142. 206.142 and hit enter. So now it will only show what is the traffic going from that source to that destination. Okay, so you see that it is what it is happening 142.250 dot something from this source to that destination. NAT source IP, forget as of now, but sometimes like whenever NAT is not happening, that you need to check that once. Right now, whenever my traffic is going out, it is picking this IP to go to the internet. Like after the translation, that's the IP. Okay. And next thing, I need the port number. So for the YouTube, you always like you can check the port number as 443. You can see the two port 443. All right. And so here the same way you can click it here and you can port that port dot destination equals to 443. Okay. Same thing, you can also filter some other things. So that's how basically we filter the traffic. But now my interest that why basically this is not working. So I just hit enter. And if you see at this action section here, you see that the action column. In the action column, there is a traffic which is allow. Sometimes it's allow, sometimes it's deny, deny, then it has allowed, deny, allow, right? So sometimes like up and down is going through. Now it is very important that when was the issue. That's why I need the time of the issue. Because you see that intermittent, sometimes it is allowed, sometimes not allowed. So what's happening with us, like when the user was having an issue, all right? So for that case, we need to check the time. So here, like time is not very accurate, but it's still, I will try to tell you that how you can take the filter for that specific time. Okay. So for example, I want to narrow down my timings. So I can give here receive time less than equals to 339.23. Okay. So always less means that it will come bottom, the older logs of that. But I want to filter between 339 and 337. So here you see that it is mentioned as a LEQ. LEQ means that less than equals to, okay, and this is also less than equals to. I have to change one of them as a greater than equals to, so that I can get the time period of between that time here, right? So I will take wherever the count is lower. So here this is 337. So greater than this time, okay, greater than, I will change from L to G. That's greater equals to this one, like time larger than the 337 and less than the 39. So I will get the time, any logs between this time. And now I will hit enter. So you see that the remaining time logs will be gone. Only that duration logs will be available. So this scenario may not be like correct for our scenario, because here the time is an issue. So the sync time is not synced on the firewall, but in whenever you are troubleshooting the issue in the production environment, that will be quite accurate. You do not have to worry. But very important part is that how you apply the filter. So that's why we apply it. So it is going to like help you in the Palo Alto troubleshooting. Okay. Whenever you are stuck in any of the firewall and you're troubleshooting issues, it's like give, panacea, basically. It's very good thing you can get it there. Okay. Now coming to our focus. Okay. So whenever I see it here, wherever my traffic is getting denied, right? So I can filter all the deny logs. So here I click and you see that how much query I have built up. It's increasing. And now I only want the traffic which is equals to deny, not the allow one, and hit enter. So whenever I see the traffic that where all of the type is deny, you can see in the action section here as well. Action is deny. And after that one, you can see that there's a column as a rule, that from which rule it is getting denied. So there is a rule with the name of block YouTube, and that's causing that issue that my YouTube is not working. Cool. So I have to go to the policies. So I will go to the policies here. And here you can see at the top only directly block YouTube, you get it. But in case you have like thousands of policies, you do not get that policy, you can type the name here, or you can copy from their logs and just type it here. And there you will see the policy which is causing this issue. So it's very clear that you see that it is intentional that somebody has created this rule to block the YouTube. It means that your organization restrict that user to not access the YouTube. But for example, he's a privileged guy and he says, well, no, I am the CEO of the company and I need to access block YouTube. It might not be allowed for everyone, but I must need it. Then what are you going to do? You have to allow him individually. Okay. So I will pick up his IP address. I will pick up his IP address and create a new rule. So I have to create a new rule. So I will select this one. Sorry, I will select this above that one, because whatever the rule I click on new, that will be below that rule. Okay. So if I select this and click and add, it's going to create below that one. But I need above that one. So I can move that as well, but it's better that to create here. Okay. So I selected rule above that one and then I clicked add. So here I will say that allow YouTube source. I will take as a trust source address. I'm going to pick up an IP address 10.1.130. Okay, that was a user only. And here, let me tell you one more thing, that whatever I'm doing right now, that's based on the user only, the user IP address. Okay. But in your organization, there are chances that you might allow based on the user ID. User ID means that whatever the email ID or user ID is created, not based on the IP address. Because there is a problem whenever this IP address changes, that might, that YouTube, again, he might face the same issue that his YouTube is not working. So what you can do, you can allow that user based on the user ID, whatever his user is there, right? Email ID or the employee ID or whatever there your organization follows, based on that you allow. So you add it here. So even he changes it, if the IP address of the user has changed, even then he will get an access. So that we usually do via Active Directory and all. So now here, like we are falling in a lot of deep situation. So if you don't know all those things, so let me tell you that I also, you know, provide the live classes of the Palo Alto, and also there are some of the recorded sessions available. I will suggest to go for the recorded ones because live is quite costly. Okay, so recorded sessions you can get around like $50. Okay, and you can take those. And here basically I have taken like if I show you my website, that's like learn.cpmsecurity.com. So let me do it here. Okay. Let's log in it. Okay. Sorry, I'll just let me tell you, then I will continue whatever the troubleshooting I was talking about. Okay. So here basically you can see that these recorded sessions are available. So this is the basically like I recently taken a live classes and these are the recordings of those ones. Okay. So you can go through these. All right. And here you can see that I have taken right now 19 lectures, which corresponds around 27 hours. Okay, so this 27 hours content it's already there. So here I have to add one or two videos. So they're still not yet uploaded. So that's will something like around 30 or 32 hours content will be there. So here you can see that I have covered, introduction, Palo Alto fundamentals, getting started, Palo Alto initial configuration lab, interface configuration, interface types. Then I have covered the policies, configuring security policies, NAT, SNAT, DNAT, packet flow. So you see the content that how much time I have taken for the packet flow, 1 hour, 42 minutes. So you can see the detailed idea that only for one thing, for example, how much time I have spent, right? Then I cover the security profiles, okay, and the VPN sections, high availability, and the two of the troubleshooting sessions. I have to like two or three that I have to add it here. So that's basically I have detailed a lot like flow basics, how to take them. Okay. So packet capture and all. So a lot of things like around I think 3 to 4 hours content will be only for the troubleshooting. So that I have to add it here. I will add there. So you can buy this course just like on $50. I will just give you the link in the description. You can click on that and you can buy. Adding advantage what I will be getting there that once you join this course I will be giving you one weekly session, and on that weekly session whatever doubts you are having or issues in setting in the labs or any questions you have that you can do it. Okay, so sometimes you go through the recordings and then obviously you have some questions, so in that case you can weekly we can connect weekly for a certain time. Okay, and then you can ask any of the questions. So I will try to like join. Sometimes like I'm busy, I may skip those like weekly sessions, but yeah, there will be regularly. And once you join it here, you can see that those sessions under the workshop sections. What is your next upcoming workshop? You can join, ask any questions. So that's like an added advantage you are going to get it here. All right. So something that cost out something like 3,000 INR. Okay. So uh, based on you can purchase it and you just have to like link I will provide you in the description. Okay, you can go through that one. So coming back to our like original discussion, what I was, I got distracted to tell this one. So here you can like create the users and all. So these are like details that how to do these things that I have covered in my detailed content, what I was talking about. Now my focus was for the YouTube, right? So I will say that for this guy, and going to the internet and application, because whenever you see the rule, I will show you just after adding that one, that what I did basically, that this blocked YouTube based on the application. So that if you know it, the application, that's fine, but in case you don't know, then you have to honestly learn these things. Okay. And I have to add this in the current rule. So now I have allowed the YouTube for this user, and application default I will put it here, and action I put it as an allow. So now what's going to happen, that I created rule. You see that the new rule has just came above the this rule, right? Allow YouTube. So here, if I scroll, you know, right, then you can see that whatever the block rule was there, that was based on the application ID. Okay. So yeah. So the block rule, whatever I was creating, or basically I created, that was the block rule. You can see the action deny, and that there I blocked the application YouTube. So I created a new rule, and for that specific user or specific IP, I created a rule to allow that one. And that's policy at the top. So that will be working. So I'm sure that you might be having a lot of questions, because if you are new to the firewalls, if you don't know the basics of the background, so you may struggle that one. But if you know it, you can understand easily what I'm talking about. And now I will have to commit it. So I will commit, and then I will test my YouTube, my website. So let it complete. Meanwhile, let me tell you that whenever it comes to the troubleshooting, always we focus on the logs. Either these are the traffic logs, either they are the threat logs, or it is going to be URL filtering logs, whatever they are, or they could be your system logs. They are very important. Your firewall is going up and down, or something wrong with your firewalls, right? So you can see the lot of system logs as well. You see, there's a huge. So now you have to look onto that, what is causing this issue. You can filter based on the severity, and then you can check that what's causing this, and accordingly you can fix it. But obviously you need some expertise. If you are like very beginner, if it is telling something that okay, this is happening, and you don't understand that what exactly it is, then you can't do anything, right? So obviously you need, before going to the troubleshooting, you should have some understanding, or basically the knowledge of the firewall running content. Then only you can proceed. Else, like, you can't do that. Another thing, like whenever we go, we also use the alert a packet capture. Sometimes issues are not getting observed, or you don't get the things, everything done via the logs only. Then you do have to go for the packet capture. I'll just tell you that how you can use the packet capture. I will just, like, in few seconds let this finish, and then I will take another scenario to work on that. So now I will just check it. My commit might have been completed. Okay, yeah, so my commit has been done. And now if I go here, okay, so you see that this has automatically downloaded. The page has been refreshed. I will just try once again. And you see that's now YouTube is working fine. My page has loaded. So I can start something, anything now, right? And now you can search. So you can also search for my YouTube channel, right? Stress Developer Palo Alto. We will try to search with that name. And here I am there. If you have not subscribed, you can do it here. Just a part of it. It's like totally on your interest. If you want, then only you have to do. Okay. And a lot of the content you can, view it here. So, anyways, like, my YouTube is working now. That's what the thing there. All right. And now, whatever the issue was there, now I have fixed it. So now let me take another scenario for the issue. Now what I want to do, that I want to ping this server 10.1.2.10. Okay. So let me try to do it from this machine. I go to command prompt, ping 10 1 2 10. Okay, so obviously it will be working. I'm sure it is working. So what I'm trying to do now, I'm just creating a scenario. For example, this server is switched off. Okay, like somebody has shut down or some issue with the server, and this user come here with you, and he says, "Hey, I'm trying to that reach my server, and that server is not reachable." Obviously, whenever there is an issue, something, people will always come to the security and they will say, "Hey, it is blocked by the firewall." This is the first case everybody says. In any of the IT environment, something goes wrong, that server is down, there's nobody taking care of that one. First of all, they will say there's an issue with the firewall. So now you have to prove that, okay, there's nothing wrong with the firewall. So once again, I will just go with the same thing. Okay. So I go to the monitor section here, traffic logs. I will remove with this all query and see the logs only from my machine 10.1.1.30 and the destination 10.1.2.10. I filtered the traffic. Cool. And now you can see the traffic from 10.1.1.30 to 10.1.2.10. The tribe I did the ping. So ping is fine. And you can see that action is allowed. And it is taking the rule, something like server access. It is working very fine. But user does not agree. Right? He says, no, there's a problem with the firewall. You took the screenshot. Okay. You took the screenshot and you pasted in that, okay, you see that my action is allowed at my end. There's something wrong with the firewall. Sorry, there's something wrong with the server. He went to the server guy, and server guy, I don't know what he checked or does not check, and he says no, there's nothing, no issue. Like this power down issues could be like he can observe, but if there's something like server is on and application issues, and there's a new guy, he says no, no, my server is up. So now you have to like troubleshoot that what is exactly happening. Okay, so in that case, we try to do the packet captures. Still, like we see the packet, like now we need a packet level information that what exactly is happening. I'm pretty sure that the travel is allowed from my firewall, so everything is okay right in my end. But still, for the further analysis, I need the packet capture. So how you can do the packet captures here? First of all, you have to set the filters. So you have to go to this filters, source IP. I will pick as my user's IP address 10.1.1.30. Destination, I will put as 10.1.1.10, right? What is the IP? The server IP 10.1.2.10. That's on fine. 10.1.2.10. And also I want to capture the reverse traffic. Any traffic coming from that server and going to my computer 10.1.1.30. Okay. So that I have to want to capture. So there are three stages what we capture. So I'm just like going into details right now because if I do everything here in this session, it's going to be like 3 or 4 hour sessions. So I'm just a little bit, you know, faster or summarize because in one video it's almost like impossible to cover everything. So you have to watch my detailed content. What I was talking about, those are like paid sessions. You can go through those. So if I want to the packet captures, there are like 4 stages. So first of all is the drop. So I will just give the name as a drop here. You can also give the drop with some date or something, whatever you want. Okay. And then next stage is our firewall. Firewall. Okay. And next one, receive, give, receive. So these are fine. Okay. And oh, sorry, I have to. I enabled the packet capture before, but actually your packet capture should start after setting up this up. Okay, not before. So let me just refresh this page. Yeah. So there's nothing captured till now. You can see whatever is captured on the right side. I have to enable the packet capture now. It will give some warning like this. Click OK. And now I have to replicate the scenario. I will ask the user to try to reach the server once again. And he does the ping during the troubleshooting. So you have to do this packet capture on call with the user or at the time whenever the issue persists or user can recreate the issue. If you do not recreate the issue, there's no point of doing this packet capture. This is, you know, useless. So now if I refresh it, you will see that some of the packet is captured. You see that it has captured some of the packets. So this is pretty clear. It hasn't captured anything from the drop section. It means that nothing is getting dropped on my firewall. So this is clear from its here as well. You have already seen that one in the firewall logs that nothing was flawed. And now you have verified from the logs as well. You can download this one by clicking there. And now you can view that file under the packet capture. So if I see the packet capture, you can see that here it is sending the traffic from 10.1.130 to 10.1.210. And it is saying there's the echo ping request. So it has just done the ping. More details you can see here under the ICMP message, Internet Control Protocol message. Okay. If I scroll down, you can see that no response. It means that the source machine has requested. Let me zoom a little bit so that you can view it. It means that it has sent a request from PC, right? The request has gone, but there is a no response. So for the ping packet, there is always echo like ping request very first, and then we get the echo reply. Okay, so the reply must be there for that ping. So the ping, that's how the ping works. It goes to that server and that server responds back with the echo reply. So if it is getting received here, then it says that connectivity is okay. But that's what is not happening here. So now you can give this packet capture to that server guy once again that you see that I'm not seeing any response from here. Can you verify at your end that you are getting these ping requests first? And if you are getting, is your server sending a reply? So the same thing he will do here on the server end. Okay. So he has to do the packet capture. If it's via the Windows server, he can do via the packet capture or the some other method. If there's Linux, he will do for the go for the TCP dump. Anyways, he has to prove that the packet is getting received and it is being sent here. And then if it is happening like it has replied, then I will ask any of the networking guy or the intermittent devices that has my reply blocked or dropped somewhere because I'm not getting the reply here. So that's what basically the approach is. We try to do this packet capture in every scenario. Either it is going to be the IPsec VPN, is going to be any connectivity issues, or it is going to be HA high availability issues, anything like internet issues. Most of the things are done via the logs as well as via the packet capture. There's a third section, third level of debugging the packet that is called, people also call it as like flow basics, not call basically, that is basically flow basics. Flow basics is like packet level deep inspection and also the global counters. So I'm not going to cover here because it's like going to be very long video and I don't want to do that. Okay. So you can like, I'll just like cover it somewhere in the future might be, or you can have like, you can go through my this detailed session I have covered over there. Okay. So it will be good for you. All right. So I'll stop it here. In this scenario, I have just, in this video, basically, I have taken whatever was very usual and the day-to-day troubleshooting you are going to do. Not the cases, whatever, like for any very strange case, you go to the TAC. That's all not, because obviously that issues also has to be there, has to be replicated. and issues are like totally uncertain. You can't think of what issue could be. You can't make the list of the problems and then I can show you. That comes with experience. You keep on working. You see the strange scenarios, you learn the strange troubleshooting and fix of them. So I'll stop it here. See you soon in the next video. All right. Bye bye.